All right. So now it is 9:10 in India. Today is 25th of September, 2021. So we have crossed 70 weekly session. I think this is 72, session number 72. And today's topic is the Sannyash versus Garhastya ka Adhyatma, householder spirituality. So this is, I mentioned many times that our path is householder spirituality, but I often quite get the questions about this path because most of us, because of our social conditioning or cultural conditioning, we believe that sannyas means spirituality is equivalent to sannyas. Sannyasis are spiritual. Rest of the people, the grihasthi, that householders, they are not spiritual. By definition, that's what people think. So that's why I think time to time it is important for us to clearly understand what is that the meaning of those paths and what we are doing, which path we are following. Or some people think that what we are doing is a first step, next step is sannyas, something like that. So those are all completely false understanding. Wrong understanding, not false, wrong understanding. So this is today's session. I will discuss in detail. It is to understand the path of spirituality. The path of spirituality, fundamental question is what is spirituality? Spirituality is the getting connected to your own soul consciousness. And then when you connect, then establish communication, that get guidance through your soul consciousness and operate life accordingly. So that is the spiritual life. Now, to getting connected with your own soul consciousness, there are many ways, there are many paths, and there are many methods. I explained that it is like climbing a mountain peak. A mountain peak can be climbed in different ways: north side, south side, east side, zigzag way, go straight, then horizontal something, then up, then circling all around the mountains and slowly going up. All are these are different paths, and same here. So spirituality has different paths, different techniques, different methods, all leading to the same destination, which is spiritual enlightenment, or you can say it is a broadband connection with your soul. In your soul, you need not import anything from anywhere. But neither it is a special privilege for exclusive few. Like only master can have it, we cannot have it. These are all misunderstandings. So today's session is about trying to get clarity, bring clarity into all these aspects. So first thing about sannyas or renunciation, that is a path of denouncing the external, denouncing the family, the duties of a family, or so-called enjoying life in the external world. So that is one type of path, and this path is by choice. So this path, whoever chooses this path, they call sannyasis, yeah. And this path is what they do is they fully concentrate full time into their spiritual practices. As I mentioned, it is a choice. It is not a compulsion. You don't have to. But they choose that to fully concentrate on that. Like before, say, class 10th exam or board exam, the students, they study whole day to get through the exam. No? So they denounce everything. That time, they don't watch TV, they don't go out and things like that. So they prepare themselves for the exam and so that they can make a good score. And same here. Who chooses the path of sannyasis, they have denounced the world, the joys of the family life as well as the duties of the family. There is a lot of responsibility. So, and that takes time. It becomes, it is also called the sansar ki maya, the illusion of your family life or, normal life. That is correct to some extent. But not to go again to that, they have the full time devoted into their spiritual practices. That is fine. It is a choice, so nothing wrong with that. Wrong is to understand, to get that idea that is the only way to get enlightened. That is not correct. Path is fine. That path can lead you to enlightenment, sure. But if you're a householder, you cannot get enlightened. That is a fundamentally flawed concept. So that is a thing we need to be very clear. It is a choice you make, this path or that path. And also, some of us, we started following our householder path. In the midpoint, they choose to be sannyasis. They run away from that what is called the householder responsibilities, and there are bigger so-called punishment is waiting for them. Okay, you cannot run away. It's not a escape route. Those who choose a sannyas as a escape route, they cannot get liberated. Let me make you very clear. By avoiding, already you took the responsibility and then you run away, in the name of sannyas, then you are building a huge karma, not normal. Yeah. Okay, so that is a different, the exceptional cases. We'll come back to on all those things. First, let us understand what that sannyas means. In Sanskrit, sam means together, ni means down, and yas means throw. So sannyas means throwing down something, throwing down your choices you can have, your choices to enjoy life, choices to go into that, to have your urge to have a family and all those things, you throw down that, yeah, and go by that. It is not this, we, not get stuck into all these things. We devote ourselves to our own soul consciousness and the creator, and devote your time full time, and you practice and you get through. So, and householder spirituality is actually, it is difficult than that, because you cannot run away from your responsibilities as a duty, as a householder. You have to, of course, get educated, then so that you can choose a profession. Then it should have your own source of earning, and then you lead your life, have a family, enjoy life as well as you do your duty, not running away from anything. In the midst of all this so-called many things, like like watching movie or having to entertain the relatives and all this kind of things, everything will be there. You are not running away from everything, but again, in the middle of everything, you are dedicating to your spiritual journey, some time to your spiritual journey, and in growing in the awareness and understanding. So that is the path of householder spirituality. We are strictly following the path of householder spirituality because we started as a householder. There is no need to go back and start something new. Started as a householder, we have been guided by the masters to walk this path. And all this, they have, in this path, also we can reach to the pinnacle of that life. And that the apex state is called Aishwaryavan Muktatma, means enlightened billionaire. Aishwaryavan, there is no English word equivalent to it. We put a billionaire, but billionaire doesn't mean $1 billion in the bank. It means that you're affluent, you are abundant, so that you can buy whatever you want and whatever you like. You can go wherever you like. You can stay wherever you like. You have that kind of abundance. So this path leads you to that. Means external thing, external materialistic enjoyment is saying yes to that. There is, in the sannyas, that part is no. And then also you grow spirituality. So in other words, the householder spirituality lead you to a complete human being. Whatever possible in the human life, you are attaining both. You are materialistically affluent, earning, enjoying life, at the same time spiritually enlightened. So that is apex state possible. And they are the example of these apex state is King Janak, that the Sita's father, and Ramchandra, Lord Krishna, Gautam Buddha, and Samrat Ashoka, and so on and so forth, many. And if you see their backgrounds, they are coming from the royal background, means they don't have a dearth of money. Okay, so they have fully affluent, rich background, and then they have gone into that. In this, only Gautam Buddha, he left the family in between and gone, and later on he come back. But once he came back, his wife asks that, now you are a Buddha. Now you tell us that you left, left us when your child is small. Their son, I think, name is Rahul. They were small, and he left in the search of the truth, which is a spiritual journey. So, and then in Bodhi Briksha, he finally got enlightened, and after sadhana, he came back. And the wife asked that, now you are a Buddha, now you are enlightened. Tell us, is it necessary for you to, whatever you got now, you could not have got if you are in the family? He said, no, I was wrong. It is possible to do it in the family as well. But it has a past, it has gone past, so he cannot do anything about that now. But that is the understanding. You don't have to. It is your choice if you like to, but you don't have to. For the spiritual journey, to get enlightened, you need not to leave your family and run away from the responsibilities. So that is a misunderstanding. So now, from where these things came? These things came from our ancient Indian lifestyle, you can say, the social norms. Those are divided into the 4 phases of life. First phase is the brahmacharya. Okay, you lead a life, you study, you lead a life like a student, like you live a life with a strict discipline, and learn and study the different scriptures, get this knowledges and all this. So that is a brahmacharya. And then second phase is garhastya. That is the householders. Like you get married, by the time you start, of course, start earning whatever profession you are in, get married, have children, enjoy your family life. That is garhastya. Then suppose you are doing a business or something, or you were, so one point of time in your middle age, you hand over all this to your next generation. So you get yourself secluded. That is called Banaprastha. So you, maybe the husband, wife, they got separated, live in some farmhouse or forest or something, secluded from that, given all these responsibilities to their children, and then do their own, they live a moderate life and with satsang and thing like that. And last part was sannyas, which is that you leave that everything, dedicated full time into that, your sadhana, they call paramartha, that is, which is beyond the earth, like whatever in the materialistic world. And that is the last phase of the life. And you spend, that life is only in your sadhana, even not your, wife is with you. They are independently, they are doing your sadhana. That was the ancient Indian culture, or that family traditional things. So from that, the concept came that to have the sannyas, you have to leave everything, but you have to leave everything at the end of the life, right? So you have the pass through brahmacharya, pass to strict discipline and all those things. Then you enjoy family life as a part of it. So if you see in this, it's so balanced and so meaningful. Then it has got its own phase, not rejecting anything. Again, attaining spiritual, whatever the purpose of this life has been achieved. Whatever worldly thing you want to do, that is also achieved. Whatever you need to learn, that is achieved. So everything is in the balanced form. So now, as the end, the last part was sannyas, and that is only one secluded. Some people, they got too smart. They think that why to go through unnecessarily all this study and family and blah blah. I can go directly there. And in Pastha, why to listen to kit of wife? So I will go directly to that. So anyway, jokes apart. So this shortcut idea lead to that the sannyas, this path, and nothing wrong in the path itself. But what happened is, last, say maybe about 200 years or so, the sannyasis, they are the only people who are teaching spirituality. So naturally, you cannot teach something what you don't have, you don't know. So all they taught about the sannyas path, the renunciation path. Then these ideas came, not to touch money, enjoying life is a guilty, is something doing wrong. This false, sense of morality has been built into the householders' minds last about 200 or 300 years. All the spiritual teaching, they taught this, and from there the householder felt, well, we are inferior. And that's why we could not achieve that. Enlightenment is not possible for us. It is for the sannyasis. They are saying, don't touch money. I cannot do that. I need to feed family, I have to pay bills. It's not possible for me. So they felt guilty and feel lower. Okay. So this guilty feeling has, in this dubidha, they ruined their own, sansar dharma as well. That is the cases, somebody left family and all these things. Even now, when somebody, your family member, come to know that you are interested in spirituality, they got scared in between inside. He said, oh, another fellow again ran away. So leaving us middle, we have to find out some other option. It's not that that person is accidental, he is expired by accident so that we can claim life insurance. That is also the option not available. Anyway, so this is that this has been the sannyasis, they hammered these ideas into our brains, and that's why we are struggling. Now, I'm talking to the Guru Mandala, they are sending masters now who are actually householders so that they can teach to get rid of this false notion of this idea that only the sannyasis and all, if you renounce the world, only then get you enlightened. This kind of wrong idea. By giving example, you can lead this life, family life, and still you can do that. And in so in this proponent of this Kriya Yoga, Lahari Mahasaya was the first one who is, he's a married person, family person, and start teaching Kriya Yoga. He was assigned for this. And that is about now, I think 200 years back. He was assigned that task to spread householder spirituality. And from there it came. So now we are here. All of us, none of us are sannyasi, I believe. So that all of us are householders. And this is that, this teaching, this path that we are following is a householder spirituality. Not to say no to anything. Only thing is that you enjoy life without harming anyone, not at the cost of anything. That is the only condition. But this is, and slowly, the detachment is automatically come, but not by abstainism, not by avoiding. Being there, you enjoy life and then go beyond. Look for what is beyond that. And as I was telling, that householder spirituality, that it can reach to the apex state of, materialistically abundant and spiritually enlightened. That is apex state. Aishwaryavan Muktatma. In case of sannyasis, they are enlightened, but their affluence doesn't there. So there is they don't have earning capacity and source or something. Source may have something, but that source is like getting some donations or basically begging. So even that begging is glamorized a big way. That they thought the begging is, very big thing in the sannyas. So anyway, but fundamentally, even if to buy a cup of tea, they cannot do that. You have to ask somebody, some grihasti, to help. Indirectly, in the name of something, they ask you to pay. So that's what we are paying to many things. Earlier, what happened was the kings used to, take care of that part. So that's why the free teaching, free this thing was possible. Living there in the their ashrams were sponsored by the king, so they don't have to look for anything. So, but now those systems are not there, so they need to fund themselves. So what I'm saying is this apex state is not possible. They're only half the spiritually enlightened, but that materialistically, Aishwaryavan part is not there. Muktatma, that is fine, that is there. And another part of the human, they are so much effort they put to get the money, accumulate money, and they filthy rich they become, but there is no spiritual content to it. They become rich only. They are also only half. The human potential, they reached half of that. So they're not governed under all those things which makes human a human, which makes human as a being different from the animals. That part, those part cannot be measured in that sense. Some of the senses of that what human qualities, that cannot be learned. That can be experienced, and that can be you develop within. Those part will be absolutely missing in that other half. So you can say in that sense, the sannyasis, they got into that spiritual path, they can attain, but this is only half. And some, they may be the world's top 1% of the wealthy people. They have all the money, all the affluent, everything, but the spiritual part is not there. So this too, householder spirituality can take us there, where we can be a complete human being, whatever humanly possible on the planet Earth, we can achieve both. And in this, when the understanding comes, then you realize it is not about competing with anyone. I have nothing to do with anybody else. We are all walking our own unique path. We are not above anyone, not below anyone, not equal either. Because we are walking our unique path. Only you have to see in your own unique, that is also chosen at soul level, your own unique path, how much you progressed with yourself, with your yesterday, and what we are going to have in tomorrow, how much you progressed in your path. It does not cross with anybody else's path, neither goes parallel, nothing, unique. So it is futile to compare with anybody else. You just walk your own path and complete the mission. Earlier, you complete your own life mission, life purpose. So, and the faster you will be there. Getting filthy rich or one of the richest person in the world materialistically, we might not have chosen at the soul level. That's why it will not get it. Because that will not help us to fulfill our life mission. That's why. Not because we are incapable or less than somebody else. And because we have chosen this path to undergo certain things, to understand and experientially learn it or experientially go through it, then it enriches our wisdom, and that is what is the life is all about from the soul's point of view. That is the purpose. So that's how life goes, and in that, this in the materialistic domain, it is the biggest place of our examination, because what happens is we have a lot of traps there. In householder spirituality, there are a lot of traps. You can get trapped into anything and lose your capacity to go forward. Sannyasis, it is easier, less traps, because they avoid everything, whatever that trap may come. But when you walk the householder spirituality, path of householder spirituality, you can avoid those traps. You become extremely skillful. That time, nothing can drag you out, drag you down. You ascend that level. And this ascension cannot come by avoidance, by running away. Ascension comes through going through it, through the process. So in other words, householder spirituality, chance of getting enlightened is much faster. It is contrary to the common belief that if you day and night, if you meditate, you will get enlightened. No, if you go through these processes, the grinding of life, still you walk the path, you will reach there much faster. Okay, there are my Guruji Prem Nirmalji, he has done some research on the sannyasis and the different several thousand sannyasis and their reason to come for sannyas and what level they are in. Okay. By the way, let me tell you, I'm not saying all sannyasis are that category, running away from this family and all this. I'm not saying that. Okay. There are certain the category of the masters, they're beyond anything. Okay. They don't have to learn through this family process and all those things. In this previous births and all, they have already completed everything. They just came here to help humanity. So they are also sannyasis. I am not talking about them. Yeah. Just keep them away from this discussion and comparison and things like that. Our today's topic, they are beyond that, all these kind of things. And talking, he has done some study, and most of the this who has been in the Himalayas and doing in the several ashrams, and they're saying the truth they are shared. They have run away from the family because somebody, girlfriend married to somebody else, or he has found stealing something, run away because police will catch and put him in jail, and so many of these kind of stories. And also regarding the sadhana, that some of them, they are saying we are meditating and things for maybe 30, 40 years, but they could not get enlightened. Because it is a tough there, if you're, because you need the grinding and polishing so that you evolve. It cannot be achieved so easily by absenteeism, by not passing through the grind. How can you become graduate without appearing in a test? You tell me. How you can get a job without interview? At least you have to apply or do something. No? So you have to have achieved something. You cannot sleep in your room and think of all the time, you think of God, and then somebody will come and get you that enlightenment. It's not possible that way. Same here in the external world also. Nobody just come on our on our homes and give it in a platter. Please come and join us. Doesn't matter. You didn't pass through any of the exams. You don't have any qualification, any experience. Please come. Who will give? Okay. Anyway, so let us put that apart. So this is now. So fundamentally, this is the path we are following. Householder spirituality. Please don't confuse it with your sannyas path. Ideas and the concepts of sannyas path don't contaminate. It will make your path harder. That is not our path. Don't get ideals from the sannyasis and try to build into your life. You will ruin your life. It is a matter of understanding. It is so whenever this comparison comes, I am little lower, sannyasis are higher. Be careful. That coming from your cultural conditioning, maybe family conditioning, okay, all this social conditioning, these things comes. I'm not saying you disrespect people. I'm saying you don't get into that some method which is not applicable for householders. Okay, so this is not what we should be doing it. So we were just discussing. I think I visited Delhi, and there are the discussion in the evening. I think so. Some of one of my friend's wife is telling that they went to some other. I'm not taking names. Some organization. And they're teaching that your husband and wife, you live like a brother and sister. And she got scared and what to do, got a lot of conflict. I said, don't bother. You walk householder spirituality. Don't go there. Okay. Enjoy life, your family life, your husband, wife, partner, everything is fine. There's no restrictions. No morality lectures here. So that's why unnecessarily don't complicate your life with those ideas of the sannyas, and then your life will be troublesome. We are not, promoting that, or we are not advising that these are the method for the spiritual attainment. In contrary, only through enjoying your life you can ascend that, not by running away from it. So, and in householder spirituality, we have to do all our duties. I'm taking both, enjoy life, but also the duties of whatever householders duties. You have to follow that. You cannot say that I am just meditating now, I'm affording time to, spiritual practices. I have to quit my job because I'm not getting time for meditation. That's some nonsense. Okay. That is first. You have to earn your own living because so that you need not to beg to anyone. In that, the sannyas path also, many are actually stuck. I'm talking about the same research as Guruji has done. Some people, they feel stuck. They cannot get out of it because they don't have their own earning source. They have to depend on the organizations what they're providing, and they cannot say or do something what they actually feel spiritually. So anyway, so don't become that kind of condition. So you keep your own earning and do respectfully, have a self-respect, as well as same time you walk the path of spirituality. And all the divine guidances are coming from the masters to grow us all. There's a mass awakening happening. And more householders will join, more and more guidance will come, assistance will come. How do you know? You think what you are doing 10 years back and what you are doing now, you will understand what is the difference. What is happening on the spiritual level and the householders, how many are there now taking interest, now learning, now growing. Some of them has gone much ahead in their own path. That's absolutely fine. There is examples that we can give. It's not that we heard somebody got enlightened. No, you are living that, you are interacting. Get your things cleared. And now this approach is, only thing has changed is the learning has become scientific. It is logically given to you, not the sannyasis type of thing. Now, Diksha de diya, now you have to do the japa, Guru's Naam 108 times in the morning and uska puja karo and all nonsense, there's no need. Of course, you should have respect to your Guru, but those things are not there. It's not needed, not warranted. So with this understanding, walk your own path of the householder spirituality, do your own, the awareness of the spiritual awareness, you actually implement in your family life. And get it enriched, get it that full with the awareness and full with that. And that is called enjoying life, Jivan Madhurya, the nectar of life. And then move ahead. That is not possible by changing anything or anyone in your life. That is possible to enjoying what you have. Okay, so those things will come from within, and you will understand that's it. That this is my path, and I'm walking my own unique path. And whatever you appreciate, more and more will come to you. And whatever you criticize, even in your mind, it will go away from you. Okay. So whatever you have, you appreciate and enjoy, more and more thing will come. Okay. So just acceptance and appreciation is the key to lead our householder spirituality. With this, I conclude my discussion session. So I'm open for any questions.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So you have every time you have mentioned that everybody is walking his own path. That is fully understood. But somehow in our mind we feel how much we have progressed and how far it is our target. It keeps on coming in your mind. So
yeah,
how to go about it?
How to measure?
How to measure, or how to find out how I have progressed?
Very simple. You just check how much time you can hold your no thought. That is your measure. If you can hold it for 45 minutes continuously, you are enlightened. Okay. Okay. Put an alarm. You just, before the alarm rings, no thought should come. That is your measure. If you're doing few seconds, you are a novice. You are just anybody can do that. Okay. If you mean to maybe few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, you are a seeker. If it exceeds the 10 minutes zone, then you are a yogi, you are a meditator. Otherwise, even 10 minutes is almost impossible to many. And when you do as per your will, means as long as you want, like a cycling. No? You see, if you take equivalent of learning cycle, initially just to balance few seconds will be very difficult. Fall down, all this. So that is an obvious state. And then you start sitting onto the cycle and you paddle it few times and then fall down. Or then you have to get your leg down. So that is you learn something, but you are not fully into that. Then when you learn the technique of the cycling, the balancing and thing like that, then you need not to put your leg down. You can ride the cycle as long as you want. It is not depending upon your balance, in not depending upon how good the cycle is and how big or small the cycle is. It doesn't matter. You know the technique. So, and that is the state of enlightenment. You can hold as long as you want. No thought. Tuck. And you can hold the no thought. By the way, let me give you one thing. I also got confused in the earlier stage. I was thinking that no thought means completely blank. It is not that. You can enjoy and you can experience. No issues. Only no thought. Okay. No thought, that stage doesn't mean no experience. You can experience, but no thought. So the day of your enlightenment, when it will happen in this, in this meditation, you will be just enjoying many things. You will forget about the time. You will lose the sense of time. And one divine moment, and then you cross that 45 minutes and the job is done. We call the God spot opens, the broadband connection setup happened already, automatically. Once in a lifetime. Okay, and that's it. So in that case, so to measure that how much you progress, you see how much you can hold no thought in your mind. You suddenly realize after 5 minutes, oh, this thought has come. Oh, I have to call a Uber to go there. That thought has ruined that state. Yeah. So then you see the time and check how much it is. So that is a simple test you can do to find out. But if you can do it at your will, as I said, that too, whether to check whether you cross 45 minutes, put an alarm on 45 minutes, little more, because initially 1 or 2 minutes, anybody takes time to settle. That's fine. You put a 50 minutes alarm and then start meditating and just enjoy meditation, no thought. Still that alarm rings, then you realize, oh, okay, my meditation is over, but I didn't think anything. You were there. Okay. So let me give you some, what is called, little bit water on your expectation. Don't expect that somebody else will tell you. Huh? Okay. So they will, even the masters know they will not do that. You have to experience it yourself. Once you experience few things, then they will confirm. Yes. But otherwise, they will not tell you reached 80%. Nobody will tell that. And there is a reason for it. Because see, what happens is it fluctuates. It goes up and down. It's not fixed. In one day, your awareness level may be very high. And there is a high chance that you will be passed through that one. Or you're in the high vibration state. And someday you are not. Because of whatever be the reasons, physically not feeling well or whatever. Or maybe worried about something. So it goes up and down. So there is no such fixed thing. But what is needed here, there are some who got enlightened, even in our group here. So even see what you needed, what is the element? I'm just telling you. Don't think it is some big technique is there. They have got a special technique. This is the wrong idea. It's a three-dimensional idea need to be dropped. Who cross that, they are not doing anything special or anything secret they got, or they got some connection. Master might have told something what we don't know. Forget about all this nonsense. Whatever you know, day one, I give you 3 pages note, right? First page is about how to do, stomach breathing. Second page is about the Kriya, and third page is the meditation. This is to whom got initiated. In the third page, you have written how to get enlightened. In the meditation, 45 minutes of no thought. Simply by doing these two, you can reach there. You don't need anything else. Believe me. You have to keep practicing. Only point what makes the difference is, जिसको in Hindi they call लगन में अगन होना चाहिए. You have to be passionate enough to get it. And that kind of passion is in the spiritual the terms they call it is just like the Radha wants Krishna. That kind of urge is needed. People misinterpret it into that other ways, man-woman relationship. Nothing to do with that. It is all about that passion, longing for it. Yeah. That is called lagan mein agan. If you desperately need it, you will have it. Okay, so if you are not there, then you understand that agan is missing. Your pan, where you are cooking this. Suppose the ultimate end result enlightenment is cooking a food or say curry. You understand that the fire is not enough to make that cooking happen quickly. Increase the fire. That is the lagan mein agan. Desperately, if you get it, you will have it. I have shared my own this thing life story. It is in the third year it happened. वो दरवाजा दुनिया जाए बाहर में दरवाजा बंद करके I have to do, but not because somebody told me to do that one, because that is only my focus, only my attention, the only priority in my life to do that, and whatever the other parameter I dropped it. Concepts, ideas, reading too many things, watching too many videos that contaminate your mind. Whatever written, the 3 pages, simply follow it. Okay, nothing else. Just stick to that. It will be done. Okay. Anyway, you got your answer?
Yeah, I got my answer.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't give you the answer because it is not appropriate to give this answer, because it will ruin your experience. That's why. Okay. You better not to go think about measuring it. Just bring lagan mein agan. It will happen.
Rajendra.
Yes, Nimai?
Pranam, after last time. Yeah, last week also I joined. So you told that to have the no thought. Now, no thought I can experience when I'm in silence, and when I'm doing also something, no thought is possible. Am I correct?
Yeah, just repeat the last part again.
Like when I'm silence and maintaining the no thought, that is that one aspect. And when I'm doing something, suppose I'm reciting a poem or reading a book and having no thought, that also is the maintenance of no thought. Or
yeah, that is also maintenance of no thought, but this no thought normally doesn't come when you're reading something. Okay. Yeah. So because reading, the mind is working, it is interpreting what your eyes are getting. Okay, so mind is not no thought there. But if you're doing something, some physical work, with a full concentration and attention, you will reach there in the no thought.
And suppose,
or if you're fully involved, in something,
Right. Suppose
even just like any performance, you get a no
doing
thought.
a chanting.
Yeah. Chanting it is to bring your mind to a single point.
Okay.
Let me just clarify. Chanting will bring your mind single point, not zero.
Got it.
Chanting, bhajan, okay, even japa, jap. These practices is because our mind is full of diverse things. To bring it to the one particular thing that it does, or tratak, or concentrating on one point, it brings concentration to single. That is also important. That is prerequisite. But just to make it very clear, those cannot make you no thought.
Got it.
That make you one thought. That is also needed,
Right.
but not zero.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, so that's how it goes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you.
Rajdeep, I have a question.
Yes, Devu.
This is in respect to what you answered, Nirupam. Like, see, in no thought, you said that no thought doesn't mean you cannot experience. You cannot have experience. You can have experience.
Right. Correct.
So suppose when the experience happens, my question is: suppose, for example, a certain thing for sometimes some experience happens. Suppose what typically happens quite a number of times. So I say fly on some jungle. Now I get confused sometimes whether I'm imagining it, because it is kind of, I can probably steer it. So okay, that right side there is some mountain, I will not go that side. Left side there is some lake, I'll go that side. So is it that I'm imagining, or is it happening? I don't know.
Okay. See, these things called your guided meditation. Yeah, guided means somebody is guiding you. Okay.
Okay.
If you are doing it at your own thing, then your mind is involved. Who is giving this guidance? Yeah. The left and right guidance is given. But if that guidance is absent, you are just every moment you are exploring new things. The territory where you entered is not a problem. I'm saying the GPS, that lady is telling you now take left, that is the problem. Okay, that voice need to stop. You experience anything. Okay, so this prompting need to stop. Prompting is coming from your mind. Okay, you just simply go there and experience. Whether it's a left, right, doesn't matter. Okay, this preference part need to drop. Experience should stay. It makes sense?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Those choices and where to go now. We went there last time, had this, and this is from your mind. But the experience itself is not from your mind. You are actually having spiritual experiences. Only the analysis has to drop. The labeling has to drop. The choice has to drop.
So you mean to say the path will automatically come in front of me and then I'll move?
Yeah, no matter what comes, you experience. You are entering, flying over a forest, that's fine. You are entering into, say, big fire, that is also fine. Don't say, oh, I'll get burned. That is your mind is telling. Go through. Okay. Then you say you are going inside a sea. That's fine. Don't think, how can I breathe? I didn't bring oxygen cylinder. That is your mind is telling. Okay. So no analysis. Just experience. Wherever. It's all okay. You go to another planet, no problem. Okay, those are your experiences. But the analysis and this part ruins that experience. That paint that experience in a certain way, that painting need to stop. Experience in total. That is the anubhuti, experience without experiencer. The voice of experiencer need to stop. Experience shall remain. Okay. Like a smelling a, say, rose. It is a rose That thing has to stop. Smell it. Okay. Or give another flower, enjoy the smell. Don't think, oh, it may be jasmine. Something like that. No need. No analysis needed. Just enjoy the smell. Like that. So experiences are to be experienced, not to analyzed.
Okay, thank you.
All right. God bless you. All right. So if there is no further question, then we'll go into our Kriya and meditation. Just to sit straight. Breathe in and breathe out a few times. To relax yourself. Now every breath, you feel relaxed and more relaxed. And you simply surrender yourself to the divine.